it recording? Okay. Alright, today we're going to go over some doodling so that you can see kind of how I do it anyway. Billy may be a little differently, but anyway, this is my little notebook that I started doodling in and just piddling with. This is my first alphabet. I already showed y'all that, and I showed y'all my different types of lines. I have curly lines and kind of a wiggly line. Then I have like a doodly messed up line, and then I have kind of a wavy line. Those are some of the ones that I use, and of course there's also straight lines, but I won't write a straight line. And I just doodle in my book on random things, mostly while he's watching TV, and I don't really watch too much TV, so anyway, and I was practicing my shading, trying to figure out how to make stuff look real. Anyway, it's a good idea to take all of your markers and go through and write with all of them so that you know which ones write better and how they write and which ones are waterproof and stuff like that. So on these I've got several pages where I actually drew all my markers out and what colors they were, and I've actually glued two pieces of paper together and taped them on the edge so I could turn them easier, because these big Prismacolor markers bleed. Okay, now today we're going to go over the outlining stuff. Today's challenge is going to be draw a border on something. Riley's holding the phone for me to video this. We have several lines. We have, can you see that? Is it clear? We have curly doodled lines, which are just curls. And then sometimes you can go back and double trace them for a little extra fun. And you don't have to be precise and write exactly on the line. It's okay if you kind of go off the line. It makes it more interesting. You have another choice of a double straight line. It's where you drew one straight line and then drew another straight line down beside it. They don't have to be perfectly straight, and they can wobble and almost touch in some places and be a little wider in other places. There's also a one straight line with some added squiggles and hash marks. There's also a dash and dotted line, is what I call, and you do a dash and then a couple dots or 3 dots or whatever your favorite number is, I guess, and another dash and some more dots and a dash and some dots. Then you can go back and add the squigglies to it, or whatever else you want to add. Then I have another one that I call the wavy line. It's kind of a wave down through and then you wave again. It makes it kind of a double wavy line. You don't have to stay exactly on target to make it double. It doesn't have to be in the exact same spot, actually. So like here, you'll see here, they're purposely not together. Then we have the double wavy line that you've added dots to for extra interest. And then you can also do the same double wavy line and add some little stuff on the filled in on the gaps to give it interest. And then you can also go back and add dots after you filled in the gaps if you like. Just depends on what kind of card you're making. So we're going to go over some of these real quick, and I'll show you how that turns out. So first, I'm just going to use some journaling cards to do these on, so that you can see my method to my madness. We're going to do the curly line first. You're going to start in one corner and just swirl. I move my whole hand. I don't try to, and if you make a couple of loops in the same direction, it's okay. I don't move the card, and I don't just hold my hand in one place. I move my whole hand with it. Makes a nice smoother line. And so that's going to be our curly line border. Okay. To give it another fun step, you can go back and retrace it. So the retracing it kind of gives it a little extra. And like I said, I don't try to go exactly. Try to kind of loop through it. And if I get a little off here and there, it's not a big deal. Come on down here. On the retracing part, I do kind of hold my hand a little more still than I do on the actual drawing the thing. So that's our double traced curly line. It's fun. If you're bored or you want to, you can go back and add some more dots in it. I've seen lots of dots added to these, and they turn out really cute. I just randomly put a dot here and a dot there. Sometimes I put 3 dots. Sometimes I put 2, just inside the loops and outside the loops, and just wherever you want to put them. Just don't put too many. I don't think you can actually overdo it, I think. And that's our double wavy line with a double curly line with dots. Okay. Stop laughing at me, Riley. Okay, next is going to be the double straight lines. So we're going to grab another card. And this one is just pretty simple. Literally, all I do is go down the side. Just go right down beside it again. Like I said, they don't have to be perfectly straight. They can touch or move. Go again down this side. Got 2 there. This looks better to me on a straight cornered card than it does on the rounded edge one. But it's kind of a choice. It's up to you. The corners don't really have to kind of match. You can match them. It's up to you. That is a double straight line. It looks really nice when you're journaling because it just looks like it fills it in and this is where you stay, you know, kind of thing. So that's the double straight line. Okay, next is going to be the one line with extra stuff added to it. So literally your one line can just go right down through here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't even have to be straight. People think all these things need to be straight and precise, and it's the imperfectness of it is what makes it look nice. So now that we've got our just simple single straight line down through there, we're going to go back and add some fun stuff to it. And I like the little hash marks because they kind of look like stitching to me. So we stitched it down on all the edges is kind of how I do it. And then the other one is like a little curlicue, so just kind of doodle around in a circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and they don't all have to match. And so that's our kind of doodled edge one straight line thing with some extra stuff added. Okay, then next we have the dashes and dots. And you can either, because this is a rounded edge card, I'm going to go ahead and go rounded corners to make it match the card. And if you had a straight edge card, you could do just a nice point. But this is what I do. I go around this edge and I stop and I put some dots. And then I pick up again and I go a while and then I put some more dots. Go around the corner. It's easier to make the corners into part of your line than it is to put dots there to me. So that's what I do. Put some more dots. Come on around here. Stop and put some dots and then put one there. That is our dots and dashes. Now I think the dots and dashes look really cute when you add the swirlies like you had on the other one a minute ago. So I go back and I add some doodly lines to it. And it just kind of looks like it's been kind of stitched and pieced together. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not an exact science. The idea is for it to be your own handwriting. Okay, the next one is the wavy line one. Okay, this one is kind of fun. You can't mess this up either, by the way. You start in the corner, make a wiggly line down to the other corner. Go right back to that same point and make a wiggly line again. Doesn't have to be exactly on top of the other one. Same corner again, wiggle down the other side. All the way around. And do it again. This is a really simple, doodly looking border. I see this used on a lot of stamps and all kind of odd things. Okay, so now we have the double wavy lines. This is, you could leave it here if you want, or we can go back and we can fill in the gaps with random things. Just any place that it made a gap in the actual card, in the design, you can fill in here. You can go back and actually color in each one of these little deals with random colors, or a gel pen. The sparkly gel pens look awesome. Go right here. And then a lot of times I'll go back. I'm drawing these on the stool, that way the light was a little easier for you to see this. It's rather dark in my craft room slash day room slash mess.
Your little
Okay.
corner that you draw in.
Yeah, my little corner. Okay, and then so this is the double wavy line with the filled in edges, and you can actually go back and, like I said, you could color those in if you wanted to do that, and it does look neat. It also looks neat if you did this using a gel pen. Well, okay, I'll show you that in a little bit. I can't find it over there right now. My chair is really loud to boot. Okay, so anyway, you can go in and fill those in for something different. Or you can go back in then and you can add, you could have just done that, or you could have went in and you could have added the dots to it. It's your choice. They look cute with any kind of little border. I put several down through each side and kind of gives it a different look. You mess up, just add some more and people will think you did it on purpose. And keep going. Riley thinks I'm hilarious, apparently. Then that's your doodled edge double wavy line with filled in marks and some dots. So that's kind of all the different borders that I use. And I just use the same ones over and over. Sometimes I go and I actually fill in my little wavy lines with a different pattern. Sometimes I'll use like a zigzag inside here, and it kind of looks really neat. It's probably easier to do if I wasn't on a stool. It'd probably be nicer. But you can fill those in with different things. It looks like a snake. Anyway, you can add some more stuff to it, and you can go back and add your dots or whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's pretty much all of my different borders there. You have your choice. That's your challenge for today, is to make a journaling card with some kind of border on it. Be sure you don't forget to journal. You don't have to show us your journaling. You can just show us the card with the border on it. We don't necessarily need the journaling, but you can add it if you like. Anyway, thank you, and you guys have a good day.